That's why our conversion rates will typically be 30, 40, and we have people doing even 60% conversion rates on their front end product, because we're completely dialed into the understanding that the customer is there to buy, not be sold. And so we treat it like an add to cart button.
Coffee is so saturated to me. I'm just like, is that even worth considering anymore? So I guess my thoughts are going to like, are there products that you would say, Amazon probably isn't for if you have these?
There are saturated products, but that doesn't mean the brand or the avatar is not in demand. What you would look at, and this is the value I love of Amazon, is unlike DTC, which tends to go a lot more vertical, you can go horizontal on Amazon. And horizontal scaling on Amazon means multi-brand, multi-strategy, multi-avatar for product selection, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. And then if it's coffee there, what about the grinder? What about the cups? What about the filter? What about the other ancillary gear tied to the avatar that loved the coffee? And could coffee become a break even or just above profit loss leader to acquire all those customers on Amazon for my coffee, who then go in and buy my gear, my accessories, my grinders, my shirts, my $10,000 coffee maker, my press, my whatever. You see where I'm going with this? So on Amazon, they're all in there.
So
they're already in there buying all those product types.
So when I think of Amazon, like I always think, and I'm probably wrong, and you'll tell me. So I always think like, okay, so if I'm driving traffic to my Shopify store or a collection or a product or whatever, people usually don't just buy one. They end up buying multiple. They shop. They get all kinds of different things. Mm-hmm. What's it like on Amazon? Like, do most people just buy that one product from this one company? Or because like for me, when I buy, I usually just grab like one of it. So is it usually like one-off orders with Amazon? Like of that one product?
No, there's a way to track it. You can also set up subscribe and save, which means you can track the number of people buying your products and setting up, 2-month, 3-month, 6-month, 9-month reorders of your products, which become a residual and passive income opportunity for subscribe and save. And then you can see that, as they get your product and they deliver your product, how you package it, how you communicate with them, how you get in front of them with your product will bring them back to your specific product and away from others. There's where the brand-driven aspect of that occurs. And yes, it does occur on Amazon. So as you're tying your brand from Shopify to Amazon, you need to be looking at value statements for each of those different types of avatar. Your avatar purchasing on the DTC channel from Facebook or YouTube or TikTok or whatever came through a very different thought process. A very different conversation was being had. Think of Amazon like add to cart. Okay, everybody thinks of Amazon as a first-level sales channel. It is not. What I want you to think about Amazon is as the add to cart button of the world. When you start to see it as an add to cart, it changes your entire perspective about how you focus on your product and attachment to it, how you focus on your marketing and activity. Conversations and everything aside, avatars on Amazon are looking to buy that product. Amazon literally set it up under Bezos's theory that selling all things to all people in 30 seconds or less. That's why our conversion rates will typically be 30, 40, and we have people doing even 60% conversion rates on their front end products, because we're completely dialed into the understanding that the customer is there to buy, not be sold. And so we treat it like an add to cart button. And we do it very differently in the way we approach the listings and the products, so that when people are in there, they choose our products over others. And when they get the product, they're so happy, they come back and you see your search terms and your products and your brandability. Amazon is reciprocating that through its AI by showing them more of your products, by doing things with PPC into brand defense and targeting videos and targeting our competition, where Amazon starts to show more and more of our product. And then they go out and start marketing for us. Right? I've had my products show up on ESPN, but I never paid for it. Amazon is one of the largest buyers of Google AdWords. So you'll see your products out there. When you go and rank on Amazon, you also rank for domain authority, okay, from an SEO perspective over to Google. So you can get your top listing from your Amazon under your keyword on Google. Go target that on YouTube, right? Get your exact match searches, get your videos and shorts out there on YouTube. And now you've dominated 3 top search engine channels for your product. That all comes back to Amazon. So as they circle through your DTC and stuff, you need to consider that the conversation is what you're having over here, but the add to cart is over on Amazon. Change that perspective. It changes the way you approach the way people are buying from you. Also understand, if you're doing more than 50 to 100,000 in spend on your direct to consumer marketing, 10% of that to 15% of that is ending up on Amazon and buying someone else's product if you're not listed on Amazon, and they can't find you if you are listed. Get above 100,000, okay, up to 500,000 a month and find out what happens. You're losing 18% minimum of the traffic you tried to acquire through your DTC is going to Amazon and buying the same product, most likely the same product from somebody else or a different product or more. And you've literally lost that. So it's found money for those who are really spending in the DTC world to ensure. I'm not that old. The internet came online once upon a time, right? It was internet related businesses must have a physical brochure website of some kind, or you weren't considered a legitimate business, right? We moved past the yellow pages and we went into legitimate businesses with websites. Now in e-com, okay, as far as I'm concerned, if you don't have an Amazon channel that's representing the same level as your DTC, you're basically like the people who had no website and everyone's questioning whether or not you're a legitimate e-com company. You need that channel. It must be part of your strategy. So the thing now becomes how to approach it correctly. There's taking imperfect action, and then there's just wasting money, time, and energy.
So, like, do you still recommend setting up Amazon? Like, so even if your products fall below, like, let's say that $20 threshold, is it even worth listing any of them on Amazon? Or even if you're not going to run ads, like, just so that you have a little bit of the credibility factor?
Yes, is the simple answer. Obviously, there's a little more complexity to that. The one complexity of the nuance is how to take those people, how to adapt that sale of that product, do it at least break even or just above profitability, and then make sure they get in your ecosystem. Now, you can turn over a lot of units because it's a volume-based type of measure when you get to that tier 1. That's why a lot of people like to go there. In the department or category or even subcategory of Amazon, you can move thousands of units a day doing that. Doesn't mean you're necessarily doing it profitably, okay? But it gives an opportunity for you to acquire a lot of customers. A couple of strategies that we teach about how to take that and basically make it into a tripwire. Okay?
So what about like and that makes a lot of sense to me. Like it sounds like having it on there is good. I don't know why I go to coffee because I'm like a coffee. I love small batch roasted coffee, and like I'm really super nerdy about it. So all the things about scales and devices and all those things you just mentioned, that's like our whole office here. So like I think about that and I'm like, well, even if you're to break even, to at least acquire the customer and get them to do the subscribe and save, or get them in the Amazon ecosystem and getting the reviews on there, it builds up that that could help with the organic. So like I see that. I'm curious to like,
absolutely.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Oh, sorry, not to cut you off. It builds authority while building a pipeline of opportunity, right? Like any tripwire, it isn't the thing you rest the business on.